Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. I want to start on the daily time frame again. Ether has pushed higher today, and this wave count on the daily time frame hasn't really changed for a very long time. It's been very consistent from the moment onwards when in June 2022 a low was made. I've been tracking bullish structures on this chart here, and yeah, we have a series of 1-2 setups on this chart still. So I'm currently watching if this here is going to be another 1-2 setup. So we're obviously tracking that on the smaller time frame. Another 4-5 pattern is missing for that to really have yeah, 5 waves up in this wave 1 as well. Then I can add another support area for wave 2. However, as I said before, at some point they just go. Okay, so it's not guaranteed that we will get another nice 1-2 structure. It's always worth knowing about the larger time frame as well. You do not get like 100 1-2 setups. At some point, this is just gonna, rip. Okay, so if this really is the correct wave count and we have 3 1-2 setups in a row, it's not gonna do 10 more, right? It's gonna go at some point, and you will not get this nice structure with all these pullbacks. Well, they will be there, but they will be so small, they won't be recognizable. So that's the benefit of holding that core position that I mention all the time, to just be prepared for the main part of the move. That's also the main benefit of focusing on this time frame, not being so involved with the microstructures. I mean, anyway, shorting in a bull market is anyway a bad idea. Hopefully not everybody knows that. But also in addition to that, just trading the micro always in and out without holding a core position, I wouldn't personally feel comfortable with that, but everybody has to decide that for themselves, of course. So again, just highlighting here, it's playing out nicely. And I mentioned to you, if we really get a breakout, we should be moving towards 3,500 plus, a price range I was laughed at when I mentioned it in summer last year. All right. Of course, there are always the people who are doubters and who think this is not possible in the current market environment. Well, see, it is possible. And we also have the ETF narrative coming up. And obviously, nobody knows, but I just highlight the projections, and the current trend is still up. It never changed. So now looking at the shorter time frame wave count, here we are dealing with this sort of third wave at the moment. So obviously current thesis is that this wave 2 is finished on the 23rd of January. This is the 1 hour time frame. I only see 3 waves up. I often say that crypto rallies develop out of messy bottoming structures, and then suddenly they take, they take momentum. They get the momentum. And that's sort of what we see here as well, potentially. It's increasing in upside momentum. Ethereum has formed that one more extension I highlighted in the previous video. Let's take a look. By the way, we're focusing on the short-term bullish scenario as long as support levels are holding. There's no need to focus on the short-term bearish scenario until 2,400 or at least $2,500 breaks, okay? So when the 50% Fibonacci level is broken at 2,500, it is already starting to become much more likely that the white count is playing out. That would not be bearish. It would simply mean we get another dip into the green support zone, and wave 2 never finished. And we only have a 3-wave rally at the moment, which is absolutely, it's probable that we see this decline, but at the moment the trend is up. So we're focusing on the trend, but it's worth knowing when the trend ends or the trend breaks, and that will likely be starting at least with a break below 2,500, but below 2,437, I can't even defend a wave 4 anymore in a diagonal. It would again be a very deep wave 4 if you consider the depth or the strength of that 4th wave compared with that wave 2. It just doesn't look right anymore. Okay. But yeah, in the last video I highlighted to you that we've seen here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 possibly. So this is the 5th wave of that 3rd wave, and then within that 5th wave we were watching on the micro level. I showed you the 30-minute chart in the last update, and we talk about, okay, looks as if one more high is missing. It's actually forming that one more high. I also gave you a support level, I think it was 2,690 or something, where I said, okay, if that level breaks, the first indication a top of sorts is in place. Never broke. One more high was the probable scenario, and now we are working on that one more high here. We're in wave 5 of 3. With that low in place here in the micro fourth wave, I measured for some targets. I defined some targets for wave 5, and there are a few, at least levels to look at while the price is still going higher. And by the way, it takes a break now below that wave 4 low at $2,729 to suggest that a top of sorts is in place. Okay, at the moment, however, until we break below that level, there's not even any kind of top in place. So we're watching for the price to reach either 2,799, 2,839, 2,844, or here the area around 2,900. These are relevant levels to watch for that last move to the upside. Or I shouldn't say last move, but these are the next levels to watch, for potential resistance. But yeah, these are obviously the micro structures. Don't forget about the bigger picture, which is incredibly bullish still for ETH. And we also talked about the ETH BTC chart. We've been watching for a while, for many months now, for first indication we could get a reversal here. And we're still watching for a potential reversal. I need to see those 5 waves filled in now to really confirm that we've had a low in place here. That's the ETH BTC chart. An impulse to the upside that breaks above initial resistance, which is here at 0.0562, would be a great indication that Ether is starting to outperform Bitcoin. So it could still fail from here easily, but it's something I'm watching. It's the potential I've made you aware about already a while ago. It's just a potential. The bulls now need to turn up, and that impulse needs to occur. But yeah, Bitcoin has rallied much further than ETH so far, and I think it's time to catch up for ETH. But let's see if it can actually do that. It might form an inverse head and shoulders pattern here as well, with the breakout point, neckline at around 0.0562. So we'll see if that is coming together. But yeah, ETH is definitely performing well at the moment, holding support. And as I said, I'm leaning bullish against support, and the trend is up. So we're simply following the relevant micro support. That's my update about ETH. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.